kind of missed it. That right there, still, but that's doing in my stomach right there. Still shoving on me. That's dystonia. My midsection is zone that. Basically, my midsection is basically pretty much neuropathized, doesn't feel shit. So, let's do it again. But that lump right there, let's see how it's pulling on this side. You can see the striations here. That lump right there is dystonia, deciding those cells are gonna go over there, I guess. Lady in my dystonia support group, trying to put it the best, and it sounds crazy, maybe, but she's like someone trying to pull me through that wall through her neck, because she had the exact same point as mine, and it sounds crazy, but that's what it feels like. It feels like your cells are being pulled, whichever, there's no sense to it. It's a totally messed up neurological signal, but it's like the wrinkles and the fat I talked about, and the fat skin. I don't have that. I mean, I can show you the wrinkles. I get it, but I get it worse because I don't have much fat. But you can see it in people who are fat with dystonia. I've seen a couple videos, and I've commented on this. We made a video about it. It's years old, though. Their fat will wrinkle, and that shouldn't happen. Like it's a muscle. It doesn't have much muscle on, like a globby chunk of fat on someone. I'll show you a video of a lady who took one of her dystonic storm videos. And she nods out, but you can see the creases in her fat. Okay, those cells are trying to, even though they aren't really muscle cells, they're trying to do whatever that neurological signal is telling it to do. Whatever crazy, messed up, haywire signal it's getting, it tries to do. So, if the signal is still doing it, if the signal still is this weird chunk right here, you're going over there, I guess. It tries to go over there. So it doesn't. That's a strange thing of trying to explain. I can feel it in my bones when it happens, like in that area. So it happens there. I can feel it in my ribs, which doesn't make sense, and it neurologically or physically doesn't make sense. But I think it's the mitochondria of the cells that transfer the signal. So even though the bones don't have like nerve endings to do that, it goes through the mitochondria, and the signals getting a response back. So it's hypersensitivity, because it's a super hyper signal. So that's why it's so painful. So I know there's nothing, there's some muscles pulling, but the hypersensitivity, because it's a super neurological signal sending a super signal back. So it's all neurological, but it doesn't change. That's what you feel. Okay? So I'll be able to document it until you figure out how to keep me dead. So if you hear bullshit to me, you just keep lying about what I've got decades of it, decades of people's witnessing. You can take the genetic DNA test. They can prove it relentlessly. No, exterminate him to death, unrelenting.